Greetings friends, this is Sweetness Jumbo on Building Healthy Habits. Hello guys, I hope you guys are doing well. It's good to be back again. Before we can move forward, I'd like to say thank you to those who have subscribed to this channel, and to those who haven't, please do subscribe, like and share the page. Thank you. So we are going to be doing a review on the no sauce challenge that we started last week, and many of you who follow me on other social media platforms like your Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp will know that yes, we started this challenge and I promised a review in 7 days. So yeah, we are going to be talking about the why we started this, the benefits of this, So WHO recommends a minimum of 5 grams of sodium per day for an adult. And in the context of our environment in South Africa, because I grew up in South Africa, I stayed in South Africa, I know of how we do things. I think we usually consume more than that 5 grams. If you think about it, most of us think that the 5 grams only comes from the salt. I mean, the literal salts that we use, but most of the food that we consume has salts. For example, your processed foods, your breads, your carbs, basically everything that you buy. If you check the content, it does have sodium. So we consume more than we should. And, when I read up about this, I realized that it was going to be a great challenge. Now that we are trying to build healthy habits, we're trying to be healthy, for those who want to lose weight, we're trying to lose weight. But at the end of the day, we want to build healthy habits. So I'm just going to tell you guys the benefits of reducing. So I wrote some of these benefits down. So some of the benefits of reducing salt is having a lower blood pressure. So if you have somebody at your house who has high blood pressure issues, hypertension issues, then you know that this is an area that can really help them. Like reducing sodium can really help them. It can reduce heart attacks. It lowers cholesterol, it prevents heart failure, it can decrease risk of kidney damage, can prevent stroke, it can protect vision, it can reduce the risk of diabetes, reduce bloating and swelling, and it can decrease headache, and so many other benefits basically when we choose to reduce our salt. And for myself, my focus was on the bloating and the swelling, because I actually watched a YouTube channel. The lady was just giving a testimony on how she managed to lose some weight, not just by reducing salt, but that was one of the factors that helped her lose some weight. Because if we speak of the science behind electrolytes, you know that water is attracted to electrolytes. So when we eat so much salt, water is attracted to it, and sometimes you have a lot of water weight in you. You think that you are so fat, when you step on the scale, you think you are so heavy, and it's just the water weight. And just by reducing the salt, you may see a change. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you about the challenge. What we did on the challenge. It wasn't so difficult, to tell you the truth. To be honest, this was one of the easiest, I don't know if the easiest is the right word, challenge. Like, I didn't really struggle, and it helped me a lot. So our no spice, no salt, the reason why I decided that we are gonna do away with spice is because we know that a lot of us use processed spices, and processed spices have salt. I know that there's your natural spices like your turmerics, your cinnamon. I mean, the spices that are just plain, but we just decided that, what, let's just do away with spices because, someone else has spice. If you say spices, somebody else has spices, processed spices, and you have natural spices. Later on in life, we can decide to add like something like a turmeric. Turmeric is really good because I was using garlic, not processed though. I was using like your raw garlic. I was using ginger and my veggies basically. So the only thing we're allowed to use on the challenge was the pink salt and not your normal white salt. So we're just using the pink salt and garlic and chili for flavoring, and tomato paste. I mean, tomato paste is not really for flavoring, but those were things we're restricted to. And we're not allowed to take any, processed foods like your sausages, your burgers, your snacks. I mean, everything that you can think of that has a flavor added to it. As long as it has a flavor added to it, then we know that it has some sort of salt. The only things we're allowed to eat were literally plain foods. You can have your carbs as long as it's plain. As long as it's not processed, you can have your rice, your either your brown rice, you can have your healthy options. You can have your veggies, you can have your eggs, you can have your meat. Mind you, you don't go to the butchery and buy, the meat that is already spiced and what. No. Plain meat. Everything we buy was actually plain. And then, you use your own pink salt to, make it tasty. And minimum, we don't use a lot of pink salt. So yes, that's what the challenge consisted in. We drink a lot of water. And I'm going to share some of the pictures of the foods that I made during the week for myself. I had steak, guys, and it was so tasty, so nice. I had beef stir fry. I had, I had really nice food. Chicken. I had really nice food. But I was just using pink salt, and I realized that I can actually just live on this. I can just live this life, not have to stress about having to buy having to buy spices, and the only thing that I can just buy is your turmerics and also just use minimum of those things. And now, if I have to tell you about the benefits, I might not have lost, because I told you guys it was just for 7 days. I might not have lost so much, or even lost. But to be honest with you, right, this has been a very beneficial challenge in just 7 days. I don't have, and I'm honest with you guys, I don't have cravings. I'm a snack liker. I like snacks, like your Simba chips, what you call them. I like chips. I like snacks. And even on my diets, I just try to accommodate snacks. Maybe if on a good day I don't eat, and I try not to eat them every day, but if on a good day, maybe let's say I wake up in the morning, I take tea, and I have my shake in the afternoon, I have my meal at night, then I can take snacks because I know that I haven't taken in so many calories. But this week, no. I wasn't craving anything spicy, anything salty like your chips, no, I didn't have any cravings. And this week, guys, I felt so light. Like, I feel so light. I keep checking my weight. I feel like, no, man, I probably have lost so much because I feel so light. Like, I feel light compared to my usual self. I feel a bit lighter. I kept on checking the thing and I was like, but I mean, it's not that I've lost so much. Maybe like half a kg. Yeah, 0.5 kg. But that doesn't matter. I mean, the fact that, I feel different, the fact that I don't have cravings anymore, it just comes to tell you that, this can help in terms of when you're on a diet. If you want to stay consistent, if you want to discipline yourself, then there's surely things that you need to get rid of in order for you to be successful. Like salt. If you can get rid of salt, get rid of it. I chose to use minimum pink salt. But for some people, if you just choose that, you know what, I'll try food without salt. If you can, do it. If you can do it, do it. I don't think I can do it now, but but if you can do that for yourself. There is so many things. Sometimes when you even start a diet and you feel like your journey is just so slow, it's because of these things. Like, you don't realize how much you are getting, how many calories you are getting from just the salt and from just the sauces and just all of these things that we eat. Yes, you might have taken away the carbs, and you think you're just eating veggies and you're eating salads and you're eating meat. But if your meat is full of sauces and it's full of salt, and your salad is full of salad dressings, then that's like a setback. That's like, yeah, a setback. So yeah, guys, see. So I've just been eating really healthy food this week. So some of the foods that, if you want to do this challenge, the foods that you can buy and have in your cupboards, things like your fruits. I always had fruits. So I'll just take fruits to work. Vegetables. Like, I always have vegetables in my house. Look, I may not have fruits, okay? But I always have vegetables. Different types of vegetables. I need to have vegetables. Meat. Take note, not spiced. Your plain meat. Any meat. You can, unless you're on a no fat challenge, then obviously you'd have to get your lean meats. You'll have to get your chicken breasts and stuff. But otherwise, you can just get your meat as long as it's not spiced. You can get your eggs, you can get your nuts. You can get your dairy and your grains. That is what I was eating most of the time. That is what I was eating. So yeah, guys, and just to share with you ways of reducing your salt consumption. This is what who recommends. Like I said, the first thing is you can try just not put on salt on your food. That is one option, but I didn't take that because obviously I still wanted my food to be tasty. But I tried using the pink salt. I find that the pink salt is not as strong as the white salt somehow. I don't know if this is true, but the way the experience I've had with pink salt, it's not as strong. And yeah, so I mean, I can just use little and it's still fine. You can limit your snacks. I wasn't taking snacks, guys. It's actually today that in the morning when I went out to the shops with my child and I bought her snacks and she gave me one. She's giving, so sometimes she eats and she wants to give you. And I was like, I don't even crave this thing. You can limit your snacks. You can, just check the content of salt in everything you buy. Just take care of yourself. Let's just take care of ourselves, guys. Like, even if it's not about, this thing is actually not only about people who are trying to lose weight, just taking care of ourselves. The fact that we come in communities where, a lot of people die of strokes, a lot of people die of hypertension. Just thinking about it, I can already count in my mind how many people I know from where I come from who have high blood pressure, people who have heart issues, all those things, kidney failure. We know a lot of people who have those issues. So now that now that I've shared this information with you, you can just go back home, not just for you, just also for your parents. And I think people who are affected most by this are elderly parents, because some of them they want to use raw salts. Just explain this thing to them. Let them know that, look, if you do this thing, it's going to benefit you. It's going to help you with this current situation that you have. So if you reduce your salt, it can help you this. If you are you have people who are obese, right? Tell them, in addition to their diet and stuff, they should reduce the salt. that thing will help. And I remember, now that I'm talking about this, I actually remember a lady who had a problem of is it gigantism. The lady was actually huge, and the leg was now this size. She said she got a specialist, and the specialist put her on a certain diet, and like, I don't know, if I think there was no salt in that diet. The lady lost weight. Even the leg actually started healing. So I mean, this just shows us that a lot of salt is not good for us. So let's take care of ourselves, friends. Let's take care of our friends. Sorry, let's take care of ourselves. Let's take care of. I'm so tired now. I think I just keep repeating the same thing. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's take care of our families. Let's take care of our children. My child, like, I'm instilling these things. My child doesn't. There's certain things I don't want her to eat. I know that I'm not 100% in charge, because when I'm at work, I don't know. But when I'm with her, I give her healthy foods. And I realize how she likes all those things that I'm giving her. So yeah, this is a chance for us to just change, help our parents, help ourselves, help our children, and build a better community.